Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. We got our good friends Barnaby and Freddie, and they are from the band Hung. You can say what you do in the band and stuff like that.
Fred, do you want to go first, mate?
Yep, I'm Freddie. I play guitar in Hung. We do a lot of writing. I play all of the bass for the albums as well. And aside from the features, obviously, from the new album, I did pretty much all the leads as well.
Nice.
Yep.
And I am Barnaby, and I do vocals predominantly, but I do a lot of the studio guitar work with Fred as well. And annoy him by writing things that are really stupidly hard for a guitarist to play.
I can definitely agree with that because I am also a guitar player, and I listened to like maybe one or two tracks before we hopped on, and I was like, man, this shit's tough. I was like, I don't know. I was like, props to you, man. That's all I gotta say, because that makes me not want to pick the guitar up for like another like month or two.
All of the riffs that make you feel like that, what Barney writes.
Yeah, because I don't write them like a guitarist. I write them to like how I want them to sound.
Yeah.
So like, I will put a note like here, we'll put a note like here, and then Fred's like, this is stupid because we're recording in sections. So then when he comes to learn it all, it's like, how are you like up the side of the fretboard? And it's like, oh. But he manages. We did a song last night because we have to relearn everything. Because we obviously, by the time we've written an entire 14-track album, we've forgotten what the first song was. So we go back and we don't tab anything. So we have to learn it by ear. So having to learn our own tracks by ear, it takes a while.
I couldn't even imagine. I would even have a headache just trying to like mentally process all that stuff. So
Well, I video it as we learn it. So I've got about 30 clips on my phone
just
at the
like
moment
you just
so
like
I can learn from. Yeah.
That's good. At least you video it, because I like when I record stuff, I'll record it, I'll play it like around my house or whatever. I'll record it on like GarageBand or something, and then maybe like a month or two later, I'll just forget it, like completely forget it, won't record it. So then I'll like be like, oh, this was great. I don't now remember how to play it, but
That's exactly how we feel every time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
My first question, guys, is how did you start out as a band?
I guess I should start here because we originally just started as like a side project. Me and Fred have been in bands together since we were about 16, I'd say. Like we eventually came out of an old band, which I'm not going to talk about. It's boring. And we started like another prog band that was more akin to like, I guess, like Periphery, I'd say, than the kind of stuff that Hung does now. And as a side project to that, I created Hung as like just practicing in the studio, like to improve my mixing capabilities and like basically just writing stuff when I was bored. And so it started off as like an instrumental, and then produced an EP with that, and then did an album, and I got Fred to do some features on it, and then I was just like, forget it. Like our old band had broken up, and I was like, let's just do this together, man, because we were like the only two members of the band that were super reliable with it. Like, because by the end of it, we started off with like 6 members and 2 left, and then the other 2 were like had other commitments, so it was just me and Fred that were kind of like always there. So we were like, right, if we start Hung, we know it won't have like problems. So that's kind of how it went.
Yeah. And yeah, I was still wanting to play. I was in another couple of bands as well before Barney asked me to join Hung, and I was having the same issues as well. Every time one of us was in a band, you're relying on 5 or 6 people to show up and do what they're supposed to do every time.
Yeah.
And it was always like I would be ringing Barney going, "It's just me here."
Yeah.
It's the same issue. So when it came to like, well, Barney said, "Do you want to join Hung full time?" I was like, well, yes, because I know we'll both be there.
Yeah.
And when we're not there, we only have to talk to 2 people rather than a group of 5 people.
That is true.
That's the benefit of not having a social life with either of us.
Yeah.
I definitely find that true. Like I said, I write my own music in my spare time, but I always find it hard. Like if I'm writing with my friends, I have a lot of actually the friends that I do audio addiction with. They all play something or other, and I always have a problem with either like meeting up because they have another job or something like that, and it's always tough to like get things going if you wanted to do something, because we'll always like meet up and be like, oh yeah, let's start something, like let's do a band or whatever, and then and then it just never pans out. So I totally get you on the whole, like it works out better if you know people are gonna do it. Like
Yeah.
So, totally.
I mean, the less people you have to rely on, the more kind of like reliable I guess the band is. Because if there's only two of you doing something, it's much easier to say, right, are you free? And the other person says yes or no, rather than saying, are you free to, another 4 people.
Yeah.
It's still tough though, because like
Yeah.
Barney obviously runs Crossfade from home,
Yeah.
so he's always sort of around in the studio. But because I work in like a town centre, I still have to come home and I still have to get to him, and he lives. Obviously, you can't really compare in America because everywhere's really far away. But he lives in the arse end of nowhere, basically. So
And
takes-
Fred doesn't drive, so if
I
we
don't
want to
drive,
record,
no.
we might have to go to his, and we have to come back here. But he's got like a little tiny like studio thing set up, so we can actually effectively record at his anyway.
which is
Yes.
yeah.
Nice. My next question, since you guys are from the UK, what are some favorite places you like to visit, either musically or non-musically?
Is in places in the world or venues?
It could be places in the UK, like remote to your area, obviously,
Oh.
or venues like in your area.
Okay, so in the UK. I don't
Yeah.
know, Fred, you can take this off so I can think.
I've been to a couple that were really cool. I went to the Cavern in Liverpool, which is where the Beatles first sort of made their big names, where they always used to perform. That was fun. And we had a few cool gigs in London as well. That was really
Yeah.
good. There's a few, but they can't be that good because I can't remember the names. But,
Yeah, Purple Turtle and Underworld, man. They were the
yeah,
ones-
so yeah.
and the rainbow. The rainbow. Or was it the unicorn? I can't remember. I'd say my all-time favourite place that we've ever like been as far as venue goes in the UK would be a place. I think it was in Nottingham, and it's called the Pit and Pendulum, and it was so cool. I don't know if you were with us at the time, Fred, but
No.
it was like an alternative bar, but like you went downstairs to go to the toilets, and it was a spiral staircase. And you get down there, and you're like, well, where's the toilets? And it's just a bookcase, and one of the books is sticking out. You pull the bookcase, and it spins around, and you're in the toilets.
That's kind
I
of
know.
that's
How sick is
amazing. That's awesome.
And like all the walkways have got like I can't remember, but I think they had like bone handles and stuff, and they were like crisscross, and it was really, really, really cool layout. But
that
pretty
might
dead.
that
pretty
might-
dead show.
that might.
Not many people were there, but it was a cool venue, so it's okay. And we got free beer, so
Hey,
it's a good
yeah,
enough.
that's great. Yeah, because that actually sounds like the craziest venue I've been to. I know there aren't too many like that out here in the United States, but that's crazy. My next question is, what are some of your musical influences?
Fred, you can go first.
Well,
We have very
No.
different influences.
very different influences. Most of my influences for guitar playing come from solo guitar players rather than bands. Although, okay, number one band for me then probably is Dream Theater,
Nice,
and then Van Halen,
nice.
and then it's just a lot of guitar players. So you got people like Andy James, Rick Graham,
Rick
John
Graham.
Petrucci on his solo project, Eric Johnson, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. All of that sort of crowd is what influenced me the most. And then more recently, of course, the bands that we aspire to, bands like Periphery, bands like Corellia, Born of Osiris to a certain extent as well. Mostly
Old school
because of Jason Richardson.
Yeah,
Because Jason Richardson is what you should have said, really.
yeah.
Jason Richardson, full stop.
But, like, for me, it's kind of similar. Like, I do dig that, like, I like Van Halen, and I like Dream Theater, but I wouldn't say they were in my, like, inspiration kind of
Yeah,
zone. I'd say for me, the main inspiration for Hung started with Error. Like,
nice.
I really liked Error. And I still like Error, but I feel like I like old school Error, like, as in back in the days of Impulse and Augment. Like, that was when I really got into them. But now, like I don't know, like, I want to say that, like, Dirty Loops is a huge influence to me, but
Nice.
it's not really. Like, I do really like Dirty Loops, and, like, I really admire all of them. They're really talented. So I guess from, like, a musician's perspective, I admire them like that. But I wouldn't say to our music it's too much of an inspiration. Maybe the jazz elements, but that's about it. But again, like Periphery, Error, Corellia, old school Born of Osiris,
All the people we rip off.
Vela Maya, rather. I always think it's Vela Maya, not Maya, but it's actually Maya, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Maya.
But everyone in the UK says Maya.
Yeah.
And then you see an interview with them, they're like, oh, I'm from Vale of Maya. And it's like, oh shit, I've been saying this wrong.
Did you guys get a chance to check out Jason Richardson's solo record. I know that just came out. Not
Yes,
too long.
Yeah, we did.
That was nuts.
it was
Yeah.
one of my favorite release. Well, probably my favorite release behind Periphery this year.
Yeah, Periphery
It's
3 is nuts
insane.
too.
It took a while to grow on me because when I first heard it, I thought immediately it'd be like. I mean, are you familiar with like people like Sean Ash?
Yeah, Sean Ash. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like that, but just crazier. Like I thought it'd just basically be the discovery, to use a generic term, the discovery on crack. But like I felt it was a bit more refined, and he held back a bit. And like there was one song in there that I really like. I found kind of tedious, but now like I listen to that song, and I'm like, actually, this is a tune. And there's another one that like is kind of like breakdowny. I think it's called Tonga or something. I can't
Tonga.
remember.
Yeah, it's Tonga. You're
But
right.
but it's kind of breakdowny. But now I'm just like, yeah, this song like it just pumps, man. So like yeah, it's a really good record. But I had my hesitations. I was expecting a lot though. Like when I saw he was doing his solo album, I was like, right, this has got to be the best album ever. And it came out, and I was like, after a week, and I was like, yeah, this is a really good album.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
the benefit, I watched the documentary that he released before
Yeah.
I got the album, so I knew it wasn't going to be, because he said it in the documentary. It wasn't just going to be a standard solo guitarist album where he plays a backing track and then shreds over it for an hour.
yeah.
He wrote some really cool songs and then some interesting segues into different songs, and it sounded, as he said at the end in the documentary, it sounded like a movie score.
Yeah.
And I found it really cool just to listen to the whole thing through, and I really enjoyed it. First.
Like-
Yeah, I did the opposite.
Listen.
I listened to it first, then watched the documentary.
Yeah.
So I probably should have done it Fred's way.
What did I? I think I listened to it first, and I watched the documentary. Yeah. So, but "Hose Down" is by far probably one of the craziest tracks, especially when he
Yeah.
does that like country like lick part. I was like,
Yeah,
the first time I listened to it, I was like, am I listening? I'm like, am I listening to the right track? Like, is this what's going on here? And
Yeah.
it's
then
ridiculous.
But
Like we
it's-
sit here and we put so much effort into writing these really stupid technical things. And I heard that song and I was just like, well, forget this shit.
I'm done, and then just leave.
Yeah.
That's how I felt for like a week. I like looked at my guitar and I was like, yeah.
I'm just like selling my guitars away.
I already have started. So.
Yeah. They're already gone, and I wish I could get them back. My next question is, this is kind of relating to musical influences, but not really. What bands have you been jamming more recently?
Pretty much just covered them, I think.
Yeah,
By Periphery, I guess, and Jason
yeah,
Richardson.
Periphery non-stop these last couple of weeks. I tend to just focus on one album for
At a
month
time.
Well, like for me, I can actually tell you right now. If you mind, if I just bring up my
No, go
iTunes,
ahead.
but I can tell you because it just tells me what I've been basically listening to. New Circle of Contempt album.
Nice, yeah.
Obviously, Jason Richardson, Infinite Annihilator's new album. I was jamming that. Not really into like really heavy stuff, but just for the sheer fact that it's just stupid heavy, like I just
Yeah.
had to like check it out. I like earlier this year I was jamming Drift by Era.
Yes,
like
that's
that.
great.
And there's a new album by Invent Animate as well, which is quite cool. But,
Ooh, Still World, yeah.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
great.
That's it.
Yeah, because we just, me and one of my friends just saw them. They just toured the U.S. Era. We just saw Era and both Invent Anime, and they just kill it. So, I like
Yeah.
that.
That's cool, man.
My next question is, I don't know how many shows or I guess you would play, but how is the local scene out in the UK? Just maybe some positives or negatives. I know you said you don't play a lot, so
It depends what you'd class as local.
And where you're talking as well as
Yeah,
like,
because we used to do quite a few gigs in our hometown,
okay. Well,
and the reception was mixed. Some people would Barney attracted a few different sort of.
I
types
used
of
to be an
people.
arsehole is what he's trying to say politely. I used to be a complete arsehole, like, and I had a bit of a reputation in my local town of being an arsehole. So you'd either get people coming to the show that really liked me. I was kind of like Marmite. I still am a bit. So they either come to the show and support, or they just wouldn't come to the show, or you'd get one person that come over like, oh, I've come to say hi to you guys, but I'm not going to watch you, like shit like that. So it was kind of like that. But like that was a long time ago now. That's got to be.
But so when we ended up going sort of a little further afield, like maybe an hour down the road, which again in America some of them places that's
an
still
hour.
one place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go
That's
down the road to say like we go to Bristol, and that was awesome in Bristol. We had some amazing gigs in Bristol, and the scene there is amazing. We played with a band there called Getica, and they've got a fantastic following. I don't think they're from Bristol, but the crowd
they weren't musicians though. I'd say that was a performance, man. That was a performance. It was really cool.
But they draw a crowd from wherever they go, and that just shows that if you've got the right attitude, the scene is amazing.
Yeah.
They were great, and then other places that we really enjoyed, a place like Coventry, London again, amazing scenes there. But again, if you've got the right follow, it's a mixed bag again.
Well, with Hung, like we haven't actually done any shows yet. We've practiced. We know how to play pretty much the entirety of the self-titled album, and we've just started learning Jurassic World. So we've got 3 songs that we can play live from Jurassic World now. And what we're going to probably do is, because we don't want to kind of like take headline sets straight away or anything like that, we're just going to do, you know, a 6-song set and do 3 from the old album, 3 from the new album, just mix it up every now and then. But I don't think we're going to do shows in local towns anymore. I think we're going to try and stick it to main cities like Birmingham, London, you know,
Manchester,
to places like that, because I mean it's a mixed situation, because on the one hand, we'll get a little bit of like backlash from people like, oh, I really wish you'd come to my hometown, and that's like, that's cool, and we would like to go other places, but you've got to also think about it from a financial perspective, and like we've got to weigh up whether if we're going
we have no money.
You know, there's nothing more embarrassing than playing like a show where there's only like 3 people there. And so like it's one of those things where it's like we know that we're gonna have at least 4 people there if we play in the city. So like it's like one of those things. But I don't know. I mean, I might stand corrected. Stand corrected? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But basically, I think maybe we'll just see what comes. But we're gonna try and keep it.
All right.
Fred's right. Fred's right with that.
Nice. All right. My next question would be, if you guys could cover a song, what would it be?
We've already covered songs.
I know you've covered songs, but if you could cover a new one that
We haven't really discussed that one yet. I'm sure Barney's got a load of ideas written down. He's always got a little plan of action of songs he wants to do.
Well, like, I don't know. There's tons. Because if you're talking about like from a perspective of like what I actually find fun to play and actually physically learn someone else's song or like rewrite a cover. I mean, what do you want here? Can we do anything with the cover?
Okay, then I start then. Because I've got a new guitar coming at the weekend. And I know the first thing I'm going to do is try and learn some Dream Theater stuff again.
Nice. Because
it's just, I know every time I get a new guitar, it just really inspires me to play.
Oh, I know.
And I've always, like, every time I've learned a few Dream Theater songs in the past, and I've never really been in the place where I think I'm good enough to show it.
Yeah.
Whereas now, probably thanks to this album, I think I can probably learn a few more things and maybe get good at them.
Hey,
so I'm going to try and learn some Dream Theater stuff.
We could do a cover of that and put the the Hung official seal of weirdness on it as well.
You make Dream Theater weirder.
I'd say if I was going to learn a song and we can put a little bit of our own twist in it, it would be a Dirty Loops song.
Nice.
I'd love to learn Automatic by Dirty Loops. That'd be so cool.
That'd be sick, actually. They're nuts.
It'd be really hard.
But they're nuts.
You should do a Hung cover of the Dirty Loops cover of Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah. Cover Inception.
Yes.
That's great. I had a question about, like, I know you said you do stuff on YouTube. With the, like, when you do, I just saw the one from Archer. Do you guys, is that solely you, or does Fred do some of this stuff?
That's all Barney.
Oh, that's all Barney.
It depends. If it's like the full song covers, like the Drake cover and the Fireflies one, like the Fireflies one was just me because it was just me at the time. But the Drake one, Fred worked with me on that because it was with Hung. But like with like the ringtones and stuff like that, that just tends to be me. If I've got a slow day at work and I'm sat in the studio, I'll be like, literally like that one about my ringtone. My phone rang as I was playing my guitar, and I was like, idea right here. Like, so that just tends to be what it is. Like the Archer one was just, again, I was watching Archer and I thought, hey, that sounds pretty good.
It's insane. So that was awesome. My next question is, what is your favorite food to eat?
Fred. This is the hardest question for Fred in the world. Connoisseur, like.
I can see he's like, oh man, you gave me the hardest question.
The food I could eat the most of is probably salmon.
Nice.
Any fish,
Okay.
basically. I would eat till the end of time.
See, he hates me because I've got the diet of like a 15-year-old kid. Like pizza. When I come over to his, if I'm like recording at his, I bring over a Pizza Hut with me, and he's there. I remember once he had a massive go. He was like, "I'm sick of you." We go out, and he's like, "I don't want to go out for meals with you anymore because you're like a child. You're there, you're picking the broccoli off your plate." And I was like, "Jesus, mate, calm down." I like some broccoli every now and then. I'd say my favourite meal would be Japanese tori chicken with like noodles.
Nice.
So it's nothing too complicated, but it's just so good.
It's better than his usual choices.
I thought he was gonna say pizza just to spite you, Freddie.
We a few years ago he threw a party at his house. You know, like party food. People bring pizzas and hot dogs and hamburgers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I decided I didn't want to eat any of that because I don't particularly like it. So I brought, what did I bring? I brought marinated chicken
peppers and feta cheese.
Peppers and feta cheese, and I just sat in the corner with like my own little tiger loaf bread, and then ate all that while everyone else was eating pizza and
band
Coke.
party as well, so you can imagine the amount of shit he got for that for months. I think he's reconnecting.
Oh, there we go. We got
Yeah,
it.
look.
That's great.
Yeah, so I had a really nice time at that party. I had very nice food. No one else did.
Everybody else will die early except for me.
Wow.
But he smokes, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, never. Yeah, it's kind of a counterbalance, right?
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, yeah. Do anything to excess. I probably eat too much as well, and drink too much. But, yeah.
Hey, whatever. My next question would be, what do you guys do for a living?
Well, Fred? You can go first.
I work for a company called Timpson Limited, but basically in the UK they repair everything.
Okay.
Like you need
Nice.
you need your shoes repaired, your phone repaired, you want something engraved, you want your keys cut, you want anything done. Basically any service that you need either repaired or cut or fixed or whatever.
This isn't an advert,
I
mate.
know, but that's the only way you can say it. And that's what I do. Is I fix things.
He's a handyman, basically.
He's a handyman.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically a handyman.
Nice.
Yeah. Just ask his girlfriend. Sorry, terrible joke.
Oh my god.
I run a graphic design company, and we do like production as well, but it's predominantly just graphic design stuff, so logos, websites, and stuff like that. And I just do that from home, trying to kind of build a business on it. But yeah.
Nice. If you could have a dream job outside of music, what would it be?
Oh.
Outside of music.
Yeah, it's always a tough one, and
It's a good question.
I always get that like, oh, why did you ask me that question?
Well, yeah, because you're asking musicians.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah. I think I know. Do you know yet, Fred?
No, give us your one answer. No, I'm thinking.
I think I'd either be a filmmaker or a YouTube gamer,
Nice.
because or like a vlogger or something like that. Something to do with YouTube, because you know it's really good money and seems pretty fun. Like I've done a few things on it and it's been pretty fun doing it. So
Yeah.
I would be one of those business advisors that doesn't really have a real job, but goes into big businesses on like 500k a year and just tells them how to do stuff, and they all listen to you. So you're like, see the way you stack those papers? Don't stack them like that. Stack them like this. I'll take my paycheck now, please. That's the job I want. Someone who just wanders around getting paid ridiculously huge sums of money to do fuck all.
I can imagine selling aeroplanes would pull quite a pretty penny
man.
in.
High price, do you say?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you'd earn quite a bit. Just off
Yeah.
one plane.
You probably would.
You could sell one plane and just get out. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
Or I would try and build guitar. But is that music related? I don't know.
No,
It's not musician.
I mean it's not a musician, so I would give that to you. I'd love to build a guitar too, so that'd be sick. Speaking of guitars and musical instruments, if you could play another musical instrument, what would it be?
Piano.
Piano?
Yeah, same.
Nice.
Same. If you could like invest time in it, like I learned it basically like as a basic like a little bit in school. So I've got a basic knowledge when it comes to like programming synths or like anything like that. But like I'd love to learn it properly.
Yeah, because I hear that a lot. Actually, a lot of people say like piano or you know or maybe like a stringed instrument like a violin or something. So
Well, I can't do piano at all. I've been playing guitar for so long. Like this hand does all the fast stuff.
Yeah,
This hand just does nothing. With piano, it's the other way round.
it's both.
got-
Yeah, you gotta like.
Well, yeah, you do just this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And I'd love to be able to. I love just watching someone walk onto a stage with just a piano and they can keep the entire room entertained for an hour.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do that, because if you walked onto a stage with a guitar, unless you were exceptional, people get bored after 5 minutes.
See, the thing is as well, people think it's hard to play guitar and sing as well, but like that dude in Dirty Loops plays piano and sings at the same time, and he does some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
on the piano.
Tim Minchin.
Tim
as well.
Minchin, yeah, Tim
Yeah.
Minchin. There's a lot of people that mastered it. It's just crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, no,
nice. I like that choice. I don't know how big of a video game fans you guys are, but if
Yeah.
you could be a video game character, who would it be?
Lone Survivor in Fallout,
Nice.
or Geralt the Witcher.
Oh, mate, I'm trying to think now because I was just gonna say, like one of the kids in the Pokemon series.
Nice.
Like, Pokemon, but like none of them are really that cool. They're all like 11 as well. I don't want to be 11. That would suck. And I'd be 11 forever as well. You play Pokemon, you know that you're 11 forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would change my gender and I would be Samus Aran out of Metroid. That's what I'd be.
Oof.
Because she's a badass.
Oof.
I know it's a strange choice, but I don't mind having a vagina if I could be Samus Aran. It's all good.
If I could have a blaster arm, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
I
mean,
think I'm going to stick with Geralt from because he lives for, like ever,
he does
And-
live forever. You're right. That is
and he's a fucking badass.
But
Yeah.
Metroid is set in the future, so who's to say that Samus can't live forever?
true. That is true. It's true.
Yeah.
I also couldn't tell that you liked Pokemon and other things. You have the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire poster in the back,
I always forget about this. Like,
and then you got
yeah,
Super
it's-
Smash Brothers back in that left corner.
yeah,
I saw the Wii U. I got excited because I have a Wii U. So
yeah. I'm a massive Nintendo fan, man. If you've got hey, check this out. If you're a Nintendo fan yourself, look at my DS.
ooh, I
at
like
that.
that. Ooh.
You haven't seen that since like 2005. in school, but I'm playing it. I've been playing it all day. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a Nintendo fan.
Oh, oof.
there's
Wow.
I just
been-
never got into it. Never had a Nintendo. Never had a Game Boy. Never had anything like that.
That's
he was
crazy.
deprived.
Wow.
You've
Or
been
privileged. One of the two.
Oh. My next question is, what has been your most memorable moment with the band so far?
I don't even know. There's been some weird stuff. Like weird stuff happens in recording sessions. Like we'll do something. We'll be writing something, and I'll be like, right, let's just stop it here and just cut it out. I remember when I was like, let's just cut this out to jazz here, and Fred was like, well, what kind of stuff do you want? And I was like, just do anything. I was like, it's jazz. You can do anything. I was like, literally, I'm going to come back in the room in 5 minutes and you're going to be there like smacking a baby against the wall. Like, it's jazz, Bonnie. It's jazz. These are the kind of weird conversations that we have.
Probably for me to be a bit serious about this question, probably the most memorable thing is releasing this album,
Yeah.
because the
This is
reception
quite
has been
recent, so you
amazing.
remember it better than anything else.
Yeah. I'm sure I could find a clip on my phone of me screaming at you for some stupid reason in a recording session, but
Yeah, definitely.
not, yeah, to me, not as memorable as seeing overwhelming positivity towards the music that we worked hard and probably pissed about a lot making.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So my next question would be, in your opinion, who puts on a good live show, and what has been your favorite show that you've been
Do
to?
you want to say it together, Fred?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Periphery.
Periphery.
Yes.
And Dan
Test
Townsend.
match. he said Tesseract were amazing live.
Oh no, yeah,
Ooh.
Tesseract were my favourite thing I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Really? No way.
Ooh, I gotta see Tesseract. I know.
Right, 'cause I saw Periphery. When did we go? It was like December we went.
No, it's in February. Last February.
That's
Oh,
February.
nice.
All right, so I went to see Tesseract. It must have been April or May then, afterwards, and I couldn't take my eyes off the stage. Dan Tompkins, because the whole band have got this presence, and then Dan Tompkins just stood there belting out everything in pitch perfect. Oh, it was just stunning.
But see, that's the thing. Like that was the same with Periphery though. Like it was just perfect, man. Everything was perfect.
I think Tesseract were, if it's a bit of autism, but they were more perfect. To me.
See, he saw the Contortionist as well, which I like. I like Tesseract.
Again, they
I'm
were
not like a
amazing.
huge Tesseract fan, but I am a really big Contortionist fan. And then when Fred told me they were really good live, I was a bit annoyed because I want to see him like.
They were great.
Oh man, I have to see. I know Tesseract. I don't know if they're coming around here, but I gotta check. But I have to see them. And I know Periphery's coming around our area, like in the next. I think not this month, but next month. So I'll have to check them out because they're playing with. I don't know if they apparently it's their first time touring the U.S. Sick. It's like S.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are? Have you seen them live at all? I know they're not. Obviously from the U.S.
I haven't seen them live, but I know for a fact they're really, really good live. So I mean, I've seen a couple of people on my feed.
Yeah.
Saying like I've seen about 3 or 4, and every single status about them live has been like I saw Sixth and they're incredible. So yeah, I mean they were the band that really inspired Periphery. Like if you look at Misha's list of his inspirations for what he did, he had Sixth on there. So yeah, I'd say that I definitely go see him, mate.
Nice. My next question is if you guys could assemble a dream tour. Who would be on it?
Okay, how many artists are we allowed? And me and Fred will take turns.
I'm gonna say
2 each.
what's out of
It's a big
a total tour. I think like either. Let's go with 5. I'll give you 5 bands, 1 headlining and 4 for just middle and opener, obviously.
Okay, right. Well, Fred, you can go first then, mate.
Tesseract.
Nice.
All right. Dirty Loops. This has been the weirdest gig already.
Corellia.
Okay, I'm gonna make this even weirder now. Hobson.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I want it to be weird, man. I want it to be. Or people would come and be like, right, so there's rap, and then there's like jazz, and then there's metal, and then there's hung, and they incorporate all 3, so it kind of like all comes together.
That's great. That's not
No,
the wild. That's not the wildest one I've had, but that I would say it's
I was
up
just
there.
trying to think of who the last one would be. Now all I could think of was the Tom Goetze band. Just to bring it really weird.
No, because of our synth influences, it'd be like 80s bass hunter or something. Like...
Oh my
That's
god.
great. It's all jazz.
Oh man, that's great.
That'd be cool.
That would actually be.
Night.
It would be interesting. I'd like to see that one.
Yeah.
My next question would be favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption for me, straight away. I know that.
Nice.
Favorite movie is Pulp Fiction.
That's my second favorite movie.
Nice.
Same wavelength.
Same wavelength.
Favorite
Yeah.
TV show currently is probably Archer still.
Oh
Or,
man,
if we want to go all time, Breaking Bad.
see the TV
Ooh.
show question's so hard for me because there's so. I mean, right, I'd say my all-time favorite would be The American Office. Like,
Yeah, nice.
it's my favorite TV show ever. But like I haven't watched it in ages, and I've watched it so much that like now I'm like kind of bored of it. Like,
yeah.
I've watched it for like 10 years, like so. You know what I mean? Like at the moment, my favorite would be Stranger Things.
Nice.
Yes, I just finished that.
So good.
Amazing.
Nice. I like that choice a lot. I haven't like my sisters watched the whole thing or most of it, and I have yet to watch it, but I will start to watch it because people have been saying watch that show. So
It's great because it's usually anything with child actors in, I will not watch because I know it will be awful.
Yeah, but no, the child actors in it are really good though.
Well, one makes me want to hit his face with a hammer, but the main character is, she plays. I won't spoil anything for you, but she plays her character really well.
Yeah,
And it's hard. It's rare to find. There probably are quite a few, but for me, it's rare to find a child who can pull off what she does that well.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what made it enjoyable for me. If it was just the standard mediocre child actors,
I mean,
I
if you
wouldn't have enjoyed
if you like X-Men and the Alien series, you'll really like it because it's kind of like got influences of both in there.
Okay, cool, sick. My next question would be favorite video game.
I know what mine would be. Either Pokemon or Monster Hunter, and I'll go with Pokemon because I played it for longer.
Nice, I like that choice a lot.
Yeah. What about? He's reconnecting.
There we go.
What would you be, Fred?
I don't know.
It's gonna be Witcher 3, man. You're obsessed with that game.
Yeah, then The Witcher. The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3. I like that one. And
We're back because my phone's about to die. I'll get a charge.
All right, no worries, man.
Nice.
So you're a Pokemon fan yourself, then?
Dude, I love Pokemon, dude. I've been playing since Red, so I'm always hyped. I'm always hyped about the next game, and just with the leaks and stuff.
Oh yeah. Did you see the ones today with the new price?
I feel like they kind of screwed the pooch on that one though. Like,
I don't know, man. I think it's about time that Raichu had some love. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do, but I feel like it looks too cute though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like the fact it's like floating though. That's cool.
I do like the fact that it's floating, but I feel like it could be edgier though.
Yeah.
I feel like it could just be, I don't know. That's just my thing. But I love all the new ones.
What is going on with Executor though? What is that? Imagine that on Pokemon Go as well.
Yeah, it would just be cut off. You wouldn't even see the top of the head. You would just be like, it would just be like maybe like half the neck, and then like you just know that that's it because that's
I
weird.
have no opinion on this.
Well, anyway, my last question or not question is, where can they find you? Basically, I know you guys have a YouTube channel that we talked about, but you guys can go further in depth on that.
Barney?
Right, well, Facebook page is www.facebook.com/hungofficial, or just search for Hung UK and we'll appear. The website where you can download everything. Our newest album is up for 75p at the moment. It's meant to be free, but we basically, within the first 24 hours of release, we ran through our 2,500 or whatever download credits, so we got so many downloads in the first day that like we maxed out the capacity that we were allowed. So until we get some more credits, I think it's on the 14th, it will be 75p, but still 75p for 14 tracks ain't bad. And the link for that is www.ihamhung.bandcamp.com. I promise you that is actually the link. It won't go to something else, okay? Make sure you put the .bandcamp.com or it will go to something else.
Oh my god.
We're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify, iTunes. The key is if you search for Hung on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, you won't find us because there's so many artists that are bigger than us that have got the word Hung in either an album, a song, or whatever. So the first thing that will come up if you search for Hung will be Madonna Hung Up. So what you want to search for is the name of the album, which is Djurassic World, but with a D, a silent D at the start, and that will take you through to both our current album and our album before. So that's that really. That's all our links.
Is it on Google Play as well?
It's on everything, Fred.
It's on everything.
It's even on like Deezer and what's that thing as well? Shazam, where you can hold your phone to a song playing on the radio and it tells you what it is. We're on Shazam, so if you hear a song and you happen to like it and it does playing and you use Shazam, it will say like.
If that ever happens.
Yeah, I mean, we've been Shazammed twice so far, Fred. It was me testing it works, and it does. I think it's partly because basically nobody uses Shazam, and
I do.
because the minority that do use Shazam probably connect to our music. So, but it's on there if you want it.
Nice. And you guys got Twitter and stuff? No? Yeah.
I don't have Twitter.
We don't have a band Twitter
Okay.
because I don't really get Twitter. I've got a personal one and it's just Barnaby Hung, but like I don't really use that. And that's my name on Facebook as well if people want to find my personal profile.
Nice.
And give me a follow. Like. Right there.
Shameless plug. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for being on. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Talking guitars and other things, especially Pokemon. I am a huge Pokemon fan. Not as much Fred, because I know he likes The Witcher 3, but...
He plays Pokemon Go, so at least
Oh,
he's
okay. Well, there we go. There we go.
Not very good at it though.
He's like, Barnaby,
I don't tend to walk around much.
he's like, what's this Pokemon? I don't know.
I know the names of them.
Oh, do you?
I had all the cards when I was younger, and
nice.
I loved the TV series, but I've never played the games. You know what I mean? So I know the names of all the Pokemon. I'm just not interested enough to walk around and catch them.
See, I'd say the game.
I haven't got a picture.
But
I totally get you on the walking around thing, because again, I'm probably in the same boat as you. I live in the sticks, so I have to drive to walk. I feel like that's kind of defeating the whole purpose of the game, but either way, thank you again, guys, for being on. Again, you can find their social media. I'll make sure to leave it in the description, and that being said, we'll talk to you guys later. Oh, look at that. Ooh, guitar picks. I like that. All right.
All right. Thank you very much, mate.
No
nice
problem.
to meet you.
Good
and
talking
thanks for
to
your
you.
time as well.
No problem.
Cheers.
Take it easy,
See you
guys.
later.
So did you like the video? Then make sure you subscribe to Audio Addiction's channel by hitting that button right over there. Subscribe to our channel helps you stay up to speed on all of our latest content. Speaking of latest content, you can check out a recent episode from our live weekly show right down there, as well as a recent album review right over there. And you can check us out on social media right over there. So what are you waiting for? Let's talk music.